It is no secret that the United States is in a little bit of a state of change. We are about to see changes on so many different fronts. It's going to be on Social Security, it's going to be on Medicare, it will be for SNAP beneficiaries, it will be on inflation, unemployment. Everything is changing. Well, today I want to address what some of those changes are going to be. One, I'm going to show you this letter in just a second, but this is a letter from multiple senators. These senators are writing the acting commissioner for the Social Security Administration. They want answers, they want changes, and they want it now. I'm going to address what is in this letter, what they're asking for, and how this could potentially impact us moving forward. We're also going to address SNAP benefits, and there's a new work requirement that goes into effect in less than 20 days. Yes, on September 1st. The new work requirements will go into effect, and I will address who that's going to impact and what that means for you. We're also going to talk about inflation, how much more families are paying more now as opposed to just 2 years ago, and we're also going to talk about how the American people are getting screwed simply because of additional costs. So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. If you have any questions whatsoever on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Also, do me a favor, it takes just 2 seconds. If you enjoy these daily updates, do me a favor, hit that like button, and let's begin. So first, we are going to talk about the Social Security Administration and this letter. Here's the letter right here, okay? It says it's coming from the United States Senate. This is August 8th, 2023. Now, I want to address this letter because what they are asking for and what they want answers on, these answers can be, or these problems can be solved with just a little bit more money. The problem is, if we ask for more money, it creates an issue because right now, the Senate is on recess, pretty much all of Congress is on recess until September 5th. That's when the Senate comes back, and September 12th, that's when the U.S. House of Representatives comes back to work, which means we have about a month. We got a month where we are just waiting for answers because we're going to get new updates. We're going to get talks and discussions regarding the fiscal year 2024 appropriations bills, which has to be passed by October 1st. Again, so this bill, this letter, this is wanting answers. Let's go ahead and read a little bit of it. Look at this. It says, Dear Acting Commissioner Kijakazi, we write to request an update on the Social Security Administration's SSA efforts to simplify the SSI application and SSA's plan to provide the application online to all who want to apply for these critical benefits. The SSI program provides income support to adults aged 65 or older, blind or disabled adults, and blind or disabled children with limited financial resources. Today, over 7.5 million individuals receive monthly SSI payments, averaging $677 per month. In 2022, SSI provided financial support and Medicare coverage to over 80,000 Oregonians, 291,000 Ohioans, and 328,000 Pennsylvanians. As you can see, there's a lot of people that are, people are worried about. Well, why are they talking about those 3 states? Well, here's the reason why. Because the 3 senators, Senator Ron Wyden, Senator Robert Casey, and Senator Sherrod Brown. That's the reason why they're talking about those 3 specific states. Let's go on and read the rest of it. It says, as you well know, SSI claimants face significant administrative barriers to accessing this critical lifeline. In addition to the program's stringent income and asset limits, the current SSI application form for evaluating non-medical eligibility criteria is over 20 pages long. I just want to come out and say this. I have talked to multiple people personally that I do know, and many people here in the community, and a lot of people say, well, it's too difficult. Just applying for this, it's so much work. And if you do something wrong, then you got to go back and do it again. It's very problematic, and it is. It also goes on to say, and in paper form. This is part of the issue, is because when you fill it out, then what do you do with it? How do you get it to the right people? Well, this is why they want more money to create an online version. It says the Senate Finance Committee held a hearing in April 2021 that highlighted the burdens this application places on potential beneficiaries. The COVID pandemic exacerbated those barriers by restricting in-person services in the field offices, limiting families' access to in-person assistance from SSA employees. Staffing at SSA is also at a 25-year low, exacerbating the challenges faced by already overburdened field office staff. Now, let me just touch on one thing. It says the pandemic exacerbated those barriers by restricting in-person services in the field offices. Not only did people leave and stopped working at the Social Security Administration, the Social Security Administration shut down offices, reduced hours. Yeah, that's what they did. Okay? You can't even go in to some of these offices without an appointment. You have to have an appointment, which means you have to either go in and create an appointment or you call. But good luck trying to get on the phone with somebody to answer a question or just to set up an appointment because, again, they're understaffed. But let's read a little bit more because, again, this requires money to open up more offices, to hire additional workers, and to keep people working longer. It requires more money, more funding. That's what Congress is fighting over. It says right here, we are grateful that the Biden administration has taken a renewed approach to improving service delivery for Social Security programs, including the SSI program. For example, in 2021, SSA converted the current SSI application into a fillable PDF document. In 2022, SSA implemented an online SSI protective filing tool for SSI applicants to express their intent to apply and request an appointment to file an application. This has assisted over 1 million people so far. The administration is also developing possible regulations to streamline SSI's rules related to in-kind support and maintenance. Okay, so they are saying that we have improved, but we do have a little ways to go. Okay, let's get to the second page. This whole document, it's 3 pages. One page just has the signatures of the people that are sending the bill or sending this letter. Let's get to the next one. It says, it is more important than ever that the SSI program is modernized and accessible to all Americans, which both the U.S. Government Accountability Office and Social Security Advisory Board identified as a key tool to expand access for disabled individuals seeking to apply for SSI benefits while lowering administrative costs. To that end, we request the following information concerning SSA's plan to improve the SSI application no later than 90 days of receipt of this letter. Okay, so essentially what they're asking for a plan. They want to know what is your plan moving forward. How are you going to improve the SSI application? Well, and I'm going to show you this, okay? I'm going to show you this. We're going to go through it very quickly. Again, this is not a bill. This is simply a letter. This is a letter from those 3 senators over to the commissioner of the Social Security Administration. Okay? So let's go and look at this. Here's what they're asking for. They want SSA's analysis of the current application process and identifying barriers for access for key segments of the SSI population, including but not limited to adults over age 65, disabled adults, disabled children, individuals experiencing homelessness, and children in the foster care system. They also want documentation of the feedback that SSA has received from users following SSA testing different models for the simplified SSI application, both for the eligibility portion and the developed portion. They want a project roadmap and architectural designs for the simplified SSI application, both for the eligibility portion and the development portion, including its deliverables for the next 2 fiscal years. It says, please include additional details to the roadmap and architectural design if SSA plans to build separate applications based on categorical eligibility. Also note, age, marital status, history of SSI entitlement, SSDI entitlement status, etc. Or modality, which online, telephone, and paper applications. It also goes on to say the title of the SSA executives overseeing the simplified SSI application process or project, the project assumption log created during project initiation, a list of internal and external stakeholders who SSA engaged with or expects to engage with during the research, design, development, and implementation phase of the simplified SSI application project, frequency of feedback testing from users, quantitative and qualitative metrics tracked to evaluate program design and efficacy, projected major milestones including transition from startup and implementation to continuous maintenance, and budget for the simplified SSI application project for the next 5 fiscal years. That is what they're asking for. Simple. Okay? They want those 9 things. It's going to take a little bit more than that, but they want that within 90 days. Okay? No later than 90 days of the receipt of this letter, which the letter was sent on August 8th. So, about 5 days ago. Now, what this is simply telling us is they want answers. Okay? I've told you this before. I will say this over and over again. What is happening at this time is lawmakers are trying to get a feel for where things are currently at. They want to know. That's it. They want to know what's the status of the Social Security Administration today? Is it getting worse or better than what it was 2, 5, 10 years ago? They want to know what is the projected date that we are going to see the Social Security Trust become insolvent. They want to know, is there a possibility? Can we see increases to tax revenue? Is there enough lawmakers that support that? Well, this is why I bring this up, is because this is all starting the negotiation. We got a lot of time left. Okay, we got a lot of time left. But they're trying to do this because, according to multiple reports, they're trying to figure out a way to include some form of Social Security reform in the next fiscal year 2024 appropriations bills. So we'll see if that actually happens. But I do want to jump on to some other things as well, because yes, even though Social Security is extremely important, it ties in a lot with SNAP benefits, ties in a lot with inflation, right? It ties in with everything. So let's get down to what SNAP benefits are going to look like, because there is a big change that's happening in about 20 days. Look at this. It says new SNAP work requirements go into effect September 1st. Here's who qualifies. Now, I'm not going to go over why it all changed, and again, it's because of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, which enabled us to raise the debt ceiling, okay, or suspend it until January 1st, 2025. What I want to do is I want to explain who these changes are going to impact. So look at this. It says currently, adults age 18 to 49 are subject to the ABAWD time limit. The ABAWD is the able-bodied adults without dependents. Now it says, which says that ABAWDs can receive SNAP benefits for only 3 months in a 3-year period if they do not meet certain work requirements. The Act gradually increases the age of those subject to the ABAWD time limit. Here's the time frames right here. So on September 1st, 2023, in less than 20 days, the age of those subject to the ABAWD increases to age 50 from age 49. So it goes up 1 year. Okay. Next month, or 2 months, I guess, October 1st, 2023, it goes from age 50 up to age 52. So again, it starts at age 49, goes up to age 52 in less than 2 months. Okay. And then October 1st, 2024, the age will increase to age 54. So it goes up 5 years, right? That's the big change when it comes to SNAP benefits. Now, there's other things that you'd be exempt from the work requirements, but we'll go over that in a different video, right? But the reason why so many people are really pushing for all this stuff is because of what has happened with inflation, what's happened with wages, what has happened with just everyday spending, right? Credit card debt, for one. That's a massive problem because credit card debt now exceeds $1 trillion. Okay? Credit card debt actually exceeds the majority of Americans' savings. Think about that for a second. Yeah, it's troubling. Look at this. I want to show you this really quick. It says U.S. inflation means families are spending $709 more per month than just 2 years ago. I went to the store just recently, and yes, it is shocking how much more we are spending. I went to the store, ended up buying, what did I buy? Bought milk, cereal, what was that? I think a case of water. I only bought like 3 or 4 things, okay? Oh, and some fruit. Yeah, and so I bought these things, I paid them, okay, paid for all the stuff. Came up to like $20-some, all right? If I were to bought that, let's say in 2018, 2019, it would have probably been about $14, $12 to $14. And I got to pay additional $10 more in less than 4 or 5 years. It's crazy. But let me show you this. I want to show you this because this kind of just outlines everything I've been saying. It says Americans can't get a break thanks to surging mortgages, food, and fuel costs. Here are all the ways consumers are getting screwed. I want to go over this because this is from Yahoo Finance. Well, this is on Yahoo Finance, but it's from Business Insider. But they go over pretty simply just how we're getting screwed. Look at this. It says first, U.S. mortgage rates are at a 23-year high. As of August 3rd, the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage rose to 6.9%. That is insane. Okay? And the reason why I say that's insane because the house that I live in, my mortgage is 2.68%, 2.68, 2.7%, right around there. And now this is what we got. 6.9%. Why would anybody want to go buy a house at 6.9% if they could have afforded the house at 2.75, 3%? So that's one issue. The other one, the gas prices U-turn. It says the average gallon of gas has traded at $3.83, its highest level since October 22 per AAA. Yeah, it is getting more expensive. It is getting much more expensive. And this is why more people are actually staying home. They're doing something called a staycation, where they can't afford to go on vacation, so they stay at home and treat it like a vacation. Take time off work and just stay at home because that's all they can really afford. There's another one. Foodflation. We've talked about this before. Food is going way too high. And this is what I've talked about and said for the past 6 months, is even though food prices are looking a little bit better, they are starting to come down, or as far as inflation is concerned. Well, it was, but now it's starting to U-turn. Yeah, the other issue there is for almost every single person in the world, you require food. You have to eat. This isn't a luxury. This is a necessity. And we're being charged so much more for it. And here's the last one. Look at this. Credit card debt. It says consumer credit card debt ballooned to a record $1.03 trillion in the second quarter. It comes at an unfortunate time for Americans who are grappling with sky-high interest rates, which are set to get even steeper in coming months. That's made the cost of servicing debt more expensive. On top of that, the resumption of student debt loans in October stands to make matters worse for the average consumer. This is exactly right. Things are going to get worse. So right now, lawmakers are discussing changes to Social Security, SNAP benefits, child tax credit payments, right? Just helping out those people that were hard hit over the last 3 years during the pandemic. But are they ever going to come to an agreement? Are they ever going to provide additional relief? Well, we're going to find out very soon. All I can say is I will be here every step of the way. I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do is 2 things. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's update, and also click that subscribe button so you never miss an update, and I will see you guys on the next one.